I was majorly doing stuff out of pain and I had no idea. Hi, everybody. My name is Grace James, and you're welcome to Life with Grace. On this particular channel, we talk about every single thing lifestyle and entrepreneurship. So, if you're new here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if anything I share with you like resonates, make sure you drop that in the comment section and let's have the conversation growing. So yes, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I discovered I have childhood trauma and how it actually affected my work and my relationships and all the steps I took to overcome it and be a better version of myself even at my workplace, meaning my startup right now. So yeah, I'm going to do like a background story actually about how it all began, like how I discovered that, and then take you through the journey of like where I'm at right now and some tips and tricks that you can use as well to understand yourself better and also show up in your workplace the best way like possible. And when I say workplace, again, it could be your startup as well. I know I keep doing like clarification, but yeah, let's just do. Okay, so fast forward or rewind. Okay, the first time someone asked me what makes you inspired or what keeps you going, that's the question, what keeps you going, was while I was working at my 9 to 5, and my line manager then noticed that I had like so many things going on with me. I mean, if you've been following me like on my LinkedIn, Instagram, you would see that I have always been somebody who like shows up, like, how do I put it, I always show up for my work. As per, I'm always posting about what I do. I'm like achieving a lot of things. I mean, so far I've had like a very challenging journey, but at the same time, very amazing ups. Like then back then, like I qualified for like a UNDP micro grant. I was doing so many things. Like I was in magazines, I was being featured on DW German TV, Business Day, like a lot. And it was really cool. Like it's really cool. But one thing I did not really understand was like what actually drives me, like what makes me do what I do. And on the surface level, like most times, like when I get asked that question, to be honest, I want to be like a beacon of light. I want to impact people's lives. I want to show up for my community. I want to do something that actually impacts people and like create a legacy. But at my core, when I didn't really understand my purpose, I was majorly doing stuff out of pain and I had no idea. So now this is the journey of how I discovered I had trauma. So I had a conversation with my line manager and he was like, I've been following your story. I see what you do. Like it's really insightful. Like it's amazing. It's inspirational. Like what really drives you? And then I was like, okay, you know what? Like I want to impact people positively, but one thing that really like wakes me up in the morning is like I don't want to end up like having the like I don't want to make the same mistakes that my parents made. So I want to be a better version of them and I want to impact people's lives in the way I can. And he was really inspired. And then he asked me, okay, so what mistakes like did your parents make? Like, because I see like even in your work right now, like you're always like you're everywhere. You're like it's like you're trying to prove something. And then I'm like, wow, yeah. And he's like, okay, you know what? You don't need to answer, like, but just like really think about it. And then I went ahead and I really thought about it, and I realized that there was something deeper that I needed to understand about myself. And then he's like, you know what? You should like we have therapy over here. Like you should explore therapy. And then that was how I decided to explore therapy. And during the therapy sessions, I got to learn more about myself. I got to understand some things that were like deeply rooted. And I got to see for myself that I was really trying to fill a gap that I felt I had. And I was seeking validation. I was seeking so much validation that I was putting myself under so much stress. I was taking up so much work and I was just looking for the next win. And I was like, wow. You know, it's really good for you to be ambitious. I mean, it's great. I love ambition. I love ambitious people. I like people that wake up in the morning and like get things done. Those are my type of people. But when the ambition is coming from a place of darkness and pain, and like you're seeking external validation, I feel like that's when you need to check it, because then you would you later realize that it's never really enough. Like you just keep going, like you keep going for so many things, like, and I was explaining, I hope you get it though, like you would keep pushing yourself, just keep, you achieve, oh my god, you achieve so much. I know someone personally that that person is on top of the world right now, like you would achieve so much, but at the same time it's almost empty, because you're trying to fill a void that cannot necessarily be filled by money or external applause. And so I'm really happy I like discovered that like at a very early stage of my career and my growth, because it really helped me to like shape how I saw things. And then some of the tips that I got from my therapy session, I started journaling. Like I've always known about journaling. I've always known about journaling. Like if you follow my story, I did have a podcast a while back, and on my podcast, it was called Valley Quest. You can check it out. But to be honest, like listening to it back then, like right now rather, is because I've changed. Like there's so much growth, but I was really spitting wisdom back then too. So you can definitely check it out. I'll drop the link in the description box if you're interested. And I used to journal a lot, but I stopped. And going back to journaling like really helped me, because journaling, what journaling does for you is that it helps you to process. It helps you to really analyze. Okay, it helps you to understand, like, why do I think the way I think? Why do I act the way I act? Why do I behave the way I behave? Why do I react the way I react to things? And so journaling was that for me. And I'm really glad I went back into journaling. And it really helped me like to process like every single stage, like, and even remember, like remind myself that Grace, you're doing amazing things, and just give myself a pat on the back. Like even if I don't hear from like external people, it's like I have my own back. You feel me? And then another great thing I got from therapy was talking to myself, like self talk. Self talk is very important. Everybody does self talk, whether you realize it or not. Sometimes it could be subconsciously, it could be you doubting yourself, it could be you applauding yourself. Self talk is very powerful. Most times, people like wait to hear external accolades from other people, but there's nothing wrong with you telling yourself that, you're doing really well. Like, this is awesome. You don't think like the average person. You're really smart. I mean, there's so much power in like reminding yourself, because it helps you to strengthen your core. So whether or not you receive external validation, like you have that conviction in you that you're so sure of yourself and you're so sure of your voice. Like it just gives you that strength and confidence to achieve whatever you want to achieve. And I started exploring that a lot more, and I can really testify how amazing it has been for me. Like talking to myself, assuring myself, reminding myself that I'm that girl, would always be that girl. It's amazing. You should try it. Another amazing thing, another tip I did get from therapy was gratitude. Like just being grateful. Like trust me, everybody, nobody has it figured out. Understanding that nobody has it figured out is another tip. And being grateful for the fact that you know that, and this is where you're currently at the position of your life, and it's okay for you to slow down. It's okay for you to challenge yourself. It's okay to understand your pace and like understand yourself so you grow organically. It's a gift. Like trust me, it's genuinely a gift. And I just hope like I'm explaining it in a way that you understand, because these things are so powerful. So I took those tips and then I started to apply it in my life. And I started to really see that at the end of the day, right? Therapy is great, but after therapy, just so that you don't find yourself going back into the loop time and time again, you need to reinforce what you've learned. Like you need to practice it, because post therapy, when I had like another encounter in my life, because like the ending of 2023 was really terrible for me. I feel like that has like another story time entirely. Like I would go back into that, but I would like to go back when I feel like I have completed a circle. I don't know if you get it, but like I feel like the story is complete, then I'll come on here and talk about it. But 2023 ending was so bad, so bad for me. And by that time I'd already stopped going for therapy. So I had to like remind myself and be consistent, like take the new lessons I had learned from that journey like religiously. And it really helped me like throughout the dark times. And that's how I came into 2024 with that energy. And by God's grace, I won the freestyling show. So yes, it's been it's been it's been an epic journey. I don't even have words. It's been a crazy journey. But when you start to learn more, like it's okay for you to have had those moments. Like it's okay for you to have felt like disappointed about like some things that happened in your past. But pain can be a very good fuel, but let it not be the core of your existence. You can use pain as a tool, but ideally, it shouldn't necessarily be the entire compass of who you are as a person. And I feel like after the whole journey of therapy, it really helped me to start seeing myself and really understanding why I do the things I do and how I do them. And being grateful for the steps I've taken, and then understanding that it's great for like it's okay for me to slow down, and what is even better is for me to take my own pace and organically grow rather than just always constantly seeking external validation. Yeah. So yeah, this was a very insightful thing for me to talk about, because I've really learned a great deal from this experience, and I hope I was able to like speak to somebody out there. If you're like putting yourself under pressure, trying to figure out every single thing in your life, it's okay for you to just chill and process. And yeah, make sure you drop a comment in the comment section if you relate to what I shared, and follow me on social media as well, just so that you get more content like this, because here we talk about real things that affect real people and find real solutions to real problems. So till next time, guys, have a lovely day.